He's the one drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game.
You're tripping.
How you high? No, high Super Bowl time.
I don't know what we're doing in that front office, man.
Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this.
Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Her.
Fuck.
Her upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches.
What is going on, folks? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, favorite show on the internet, After Further Review, episode 272. I am your AFC Conference Championship bound co-host, Jimmy Brown.
I am your NFC Conference Champion co-host and the one you hate because he's always right, Malin Dennis.
Is that what we're doing now? I won't be able to do that intro in a while. Is your other great co-host, Nestor?
I'm your other co-host, Jim Bucks. Hey.
Let's go, boys. AFR is where I come to when sports gets to me. If your team loses, be like G Money and 3 tequilas behind. So I'm rolling down 253. I'm G Money and I'm 3 tequilas behind.
Oh, no. Oh, no, it's going to be a long show.
God help us.
I did not grab my drink for our cheers, the first half cheers here. So what we will do is everyone mention what they're about to take a shot of. By the time you're all done, I'll have my drink. So go.
I am taking a shot of Tito's.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Tito's. What about you, G Money? Well, we know it's tequila, but
Don Julio, Reposado.
Nice.
Reposado.
Doing,
Reposado.
Jack Daniels, Heritage.
Well, doing old trustees.
Oh,
There it is.
Maker's Mark.
I always love me some Maker's Mark.
Yep.
We got so much vodka. I got to start drinking some of this vodka because we got so damn much up here.
I can't do vodka by itself, you know? I got to mix it with something.
I got some limoncello, boy. I love that limoncello. And you throw it in some vodka. Woo! Change your life.
All right, I have my homework. I'm ready to turn it in. Cheers, gentlemen. A good first half.
I don't know the last time we all took a shot together.
It's not.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Days. There it is.
Fucking brother again.
There's the weekly phone call. All right.
9:35.
Yeah, a little late. I was thinking 6:30.
Let's get into this week's show. It is conference championship week, folks. We've got the Rams playing the Seahawks out in the NFC. We've got the Patriots and the Broncos over in the AFC. 2 very good matchups. I cannot wait. So we're going to do a bit of peering into the future here as both games are on Sunday. So let's get into things here. So I figured a couple questions to ask you guys about these matchups. Starting off with, who do you think out of these 4 teams has the most expectations on them to make it to the Super Bowl, to win this game and advance to the big one? So, G Money, we'll start with you. Where do you think the biggest expectations lie?
I think it's with Seattle. I haven't been paying a lot of attention to national media because they forget where Seattle is. I think some of them think it's in Greenland. But when you look at Seattle and you look at the defense and even the offense and how they played they're 8-0 in the last 8 games. I think the expectation is that, and if you listen to some of the talking heads that actually know football, they will tell you that there's a high expectation for Seattle to go to the Super Bowl, and not just go, but to win it. And, up until Shrubney got injured, I would fully agree with that. I'm a little concerned now, but I think we'll be okay.
June.
Yeah, I agree with G Money said, but I'm gonna go a different route because I think this team has a lot of expectations on it just because of everything that's happened in the playoffs. And it's got to be the Rams. The Rams have the team that's won it before. They have the coach that's won it before. So a lot of people looking at them like, "Hey, you're the team that's supposed to win it." Look, they're saying you look at the Rams. You guys scored all these points through the regular season. You're the veteran team. You got the quarterback that you don't know if this is his last year or not. Sean McVay has been here. He's done it. So I think that a lot of those expectations are going to lie at the feet of the Rams to go ahead and close this out just because of what they've done in the past. And the simple fact that their quarterback is, the one that's supposed to be in the Super Bowl this year. So,
Malin?
I don't know, man. I gotta think that the moment that banner came across my phone saying that Bo Nix broke his ankle, I think all the expectations slid over to whichever team won in the Patriots-Texans game, and it happened to be the Patriots. You have either the MVP or the MVP runner-up at quarterback in your second year. Everyone's touting Mike Vrabel. They've won 14 games. Yeah, you still got to go into Denver, but you're going into Denver against a second-string QB. Now there's a reason why it's 5.5 points for an AFC Championship game right now. I think that all the pressure is on New England not to screw this up. If the Rams were to somehow beat the Seahawks, I don't think people would be shocked. They've played each other so close this year. I think out of the 2 games, there's a 1-point difference between the 2 games and 1 yard. But I do agree with G Money that the Seahawks are expected to win, but I just think the pressure is a lot more on the Patriots now that Nix isn't there.
That's
like
fair.
a so-called easy path is what the national media is calling it.
Right. Nestor.
I have to agree with June. I originally had the Seahawks, but I used to, 2 seasons ago, I was talking about how good the Seahawks were doing as far as the defense. I was seeing good things. While teams were just building their offense, getting star wide receivers, I just felt like they were doing all the right things. So I feel like that project they have going on doesn't necessarily have to mean a Super Bowl this year. I don't think that was the expectation in the beginning of the season. But I think the Rams have a lot more to lose if this season ends in without a Super Bowl, because you got Stafford at age 37. And the last few times they've had any type of disappointment whatsoever, I feel like they've looked at the quarterback or they've looked at the coach. As good as the coach has been. So it's going to mean a lot more for them if they get bounced out of the NFC Championship. Now, for the Seahawks, honestly, it could mean, I would think that the public would say, well, if not this year, next year, because they're just that good. For the Rams, it's a bunch of questions coming up. as far as your coach and your quarterback, especially.
Well, I was fully prepared to say Seattle until, like Melanie said, as soon as we found out that Bo Nix was hurt, like, well, damn it. Now all of the expectations are definitely on us to come out of the AFC. Like, it is no longer a kind of like a, well, I shouldn't say Cinderella story, but, you know, the young quarterback who's trying to get to the Super Bowl and, you know, this young team now is like, oh, well, you guys have to win this. Like, you should win this, and it's like a foregone conclusion. And I mean, I agree. But I think that, yeah, New England's got the expectation to come out of the AFC more so than what Seattle's done this year, more so than what LA's done this year. Obviously, no one's expecting Denver to do anything at this point. So I think, unfortunately, I think the Patriots have some very high expectations in this game on Sunday. So that's my pick. I am surprised that you, Nestor and June, you guys picked LA. That was like, but anyway,
Like I said, I just picked them because of, you know, with them being the most veteran team, and a lot of people looking at them saying, "You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to get there." You know, Seattle is good. They're young, so we expect you being a veteran team to go ahead and beat them and get there. So
I also feel like,
yeah, but Seattle isn't young. I mean, if you know, Sam Darnold has been in the league.
I'm talking about the coach. I'm strictly talking about the coaching in this aspect, and the quarterback. The coaching and the quarterback is where I'm looking at, not the rest of the team. So,
well, Sam Darnold isn't young either.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not ancient like some, but he's not 23, 24. I mean, he took two different teams to 14 win records.
Yeah.
You know, back-to-back years. I mean, I don't know. I just look at it, and what you hear is that that Seattle should indeed go to the Super Bowl. Their defense, if nothing else, should carry them to the Super Bowl. We'll see. We'll see, because as Malin said, 1.1 yard over 2 games. That's a close goddamn. That's close. Those stats are damn close.
I also feel like whatever was the Bo Nix, you know, Cinderella story, like we saw, Jalen, when we were watching that game, I didn't see anything special from Bo Nix. I've seen way better games from him, which honestly I thought were almost one-offs. And whatever that story was has become kind of Drake May's story with the Patriots.
Yeah.
This is true. Yeah, I also like Bo Nix. I thought I felt like he got a lot of praise for the game that he played, which I thought he played just fine. I didn't think it was great. I will say, if he did not get hurt, I don't feel like he would got as much praise, but that's just my take. But all right, next question. Similar one. Which team should you not count out if they are down by more than one score? You know, which team is the biggest threat to make a comeback in these two games? G Money.
Well, I sound like a homer, but Seattle's done it. They were down by 2 scores against the Rams and came back, took it to overtime, was down by a score again, came back and won it with a 2-point conversion. So I would say Seattle. I haven't seen the Rams do it in a while. I have no thought whatsoever that Denver can do it. I mean, we haven't seen Stidham play in a couple of years, a meaningful game anyway. So don't know if he could lead Denver back if they were down by like 10 or 14. And Drake May hasn't had to do it in the playoffs. So, you know, I just don't know if either of those if they could do it. I don't think Stedman. I don't think Denver can come back if they're down by 2. If going into like the third quarter, New England's up by like 14. I don't see Denver coming back from that unless Drake May turns the ball over and it's like a pick six, and then they get the ball on like the 15, 20-yard line and score from there. I don't see Denver mounting long drives to do it. So that's where I would go. I would go with Seattle because I've seen them do it, and I've seen them do it against the Rams. So that makes me think that if they were down again on the Rams, that they could do it again. They could come back from being 2 scores down. That it's not so overwhelming that they give up and say, "Well, that's it, man. Let's next year book those tickets to Cancun."
June?
Yeah, I mean, if Bo Nix was in, I would have said Denver because of what they did to the Giants. But we saw Seattle do it, and they did it on a big stage, and they did it when really it counted because it got them to that number 1 seed, and it got them to where they are right now. And they did it against this team. So if you're looking for a team that you can't count them out, down 2 scores, it's going to be Seattle. I feel like they're the team built because they got the defense to do it. The Rams defense is just decent. It's not a great defense, but the Seattle defense has the defense to do it. They can turn the ball over at a high rate. They can get the big sacks when they need it, and give short field to their team as needed. So I think that the answer for that would definitely be Seattle.
Malin.
I do agree that I've seen Seattle do it against the Rams this year. The crazy stat that I saw earlier when you posted that question in our rundown was that I was surprised to find out that Sean McVay, the 2 times he's been to the NFC Championship game and won it, he overcame a 10-point deficit in the second half of both games. He was down 20-10 to the Saints in the third quarter in 2018, and they were down by 10 points before ultimately coming back and beating the Niners. And so that's some pretty high leverage pressure situations in a championship game where they've come back from more than 7 points. And they've done it. McVay's done it twice. Stafford did it. So I mean, I know that if the Seahawks were up by 14 points going into the fourth quarter, I wouldn't be feeling as confident if it were if we were facing another team. I just think that Rams offense can just move down the field in like 2 or 3 plays in a way that most other teams can't. And they did blow a 16-point lead to us, but they still ripped off over 550 yards of offense, and I think Stafford threw for 4 touchdowns in that game. Like him and Baker Mayfield are the only 2 quarterbacks that really kind of had their way with Seattle's defense this year. So I'm kind of hoping that McDonald has another wrinkle up his sleeve, because the Rams offense was definitely a lot better the second game than it was the first game. We'll see.
Nestor.
I would expect because none of these teams are, to me, teams that usually are winning ugly or coming back, having to come back after being down. So I would say I would expect it from the best team. I'd say the Seahawks, and they already done it. So other than that, we haven't really seen. I don't think we haven't seen other teams have to do it. But if any team put in that situation could do it, it's probably Seahawks. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean to sit on a fence here, but I think either of those two NFC teams are more than capable of it. I think my Patriots are also making a bit of a comeback, but I don't think as capable as LA or Seattle. We've seen them both do it in different scenarios. Obviously, in that Thursday night game, the last time they played the Rams or the Seahawks did it there. So basically, what I'm saying is, if the score gets to like a 2-touchdown lead in either team's favor, do not turn off your TV, people. I'm trying to tell you, do not turn that game off. The other one, maybe, but this one, I think that you got to watch that all 4 quarters through because that's a show. That's a reality TV show. Is that matchup right there? So it's gonna be very interesting. But we'll roll right into the news because it's a similar kind of talking point here. Zach Charbonnet, he is done after tearing his ACL, which I don't know where or when this happened. Was this in the game or?
It was in the game. It was in the third quarter, I think. I'm pretty sure it was third quarter. It was just weird though because we saw him walking on the sideline, go into the medical tent. He goes back into the locker room, and then even G Money and I were talking about it. Like you saw him on the exercise bike, like in the fourth, just going on the exercise bike, and so you were kind of left to think like, oh, well, maybe he tweaked something, you know. But apparently they did more exams or whatever on Monday, and you know here we are.
Damn. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Like you come this far down to the point where you're like, damn, I am at most 2 more wins away from hoisting a trophy here. And it's like, damn. But I mean, you know, part of the game. Curious to know, Malin, G Money, what do you guys think of the half of your 1-2 punch going down?
Not happy. You know, Halani may be playing, but he's not the same. Charbonnet was that back when you got down to like the 15 to 10 yard line and in, he was your money back. He was the back that would pound it into the end zone. And he spelled canine. So you know, K9 wasn't out there rushing, having to rush 30 times. He rushed 15, 20 times. And he could rush 10 to 12, 15 times. So you'd get 30 rushes in, but neither one of your backs would be super tired. So what you needed them, and you could bring them in the fourth quarter, they weren't gassed. And I still haven't heard if they're going to call up Cam Akers and have him maybe take that spot. I've heard that Oos or fullback may indeed be playing more, but you know, Mike McDonald's playing it close to his vest as far as, you know, what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
So I'm concerned. I'm concerned.
Yeah, you never like it when a running back that scored 12 touchdowns for you is not there at the NFC Championship game. The only thing that can give me a little bit of cause is let's face it, one of the main reasons why they have a 1-2 punch in Seattle was because they were wanting to try to save both running backs, because both running backs have gotten hurt the last couple of years. I don't think K9's ever had a year where he's been healthy for every game, and he's had no injuries this year. Why? Because he hasn't had to rush the ball like Cook has in Buffalo or Saquon Barkley and other people. So one good thing is that he doesn't have as much wear and tear on him right now as other number 1 backs do this late into the season. And I definitely liked what I saw out of him against the Niners. 19 carries, 116, 117 yards, 3 touchdowns. So this is definitely the time of year where, you know, you don't keep You're not trying to spell carries here. You need to win this football game. The only concern I have is if you give this guy 25, 30 touches, is he going to end up getting himself hurt in the NFC Championship game, and then you do win, and then you go to the Super Bowl and you don't have either of them. That would piss me
Yeah.
off. 'Cause every time K9 runs the ball a lot in the game, I always get worried he's going to get hurt because he has a history of getting hurt. So
That was the surprise to me. I was kind of thinking when I first saw the headline, I was like, not Kenneth Walker, because usually it is the other way around. But yeah, wish him a speedy recovery. Sometime next year we'll see him back. But in the meantime, just hoping for health for the rest of these teams. Bo Nix goes down, Charbonnet goes down. It's like, damn, like we're all right here. So you hate to see it.
Yeah.
All right. Next bit of news here. The Buffalo Bills did what I would like to think this entire show predicted. Sean McDermott out of his job as head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Interestingly enough, though, I can never remember his name. The Bills GM, he stayed intact. He's fine. In fact, he got a promotion to head of football operations. So,
Yeah.
it's corporate America for you. But
you
Sean
are.
McDermott is no more. I guess all the tears at the podium just flushed him right out of his position. So, what do you guys think about Sean McDermott losing his job?
I mean, it was going to happen. It was signed, sealed, and delivered. With everything that happened this offseason, the Bills are opening a new stadium. You don't have Andy Reid in your way. You don't have Harbaugh in your way. All the teams, you have a bunch of young kids out there, with the Bo Nixes, and the Drake Mays of the world. All you got to do is outcoach them. That's all you have to do. Sean McDermott. That's all you have to do. And your defense, you got to rely on your defense. And they just didn't do it. And it's been 9 years. And you listen to a lot of people in Buffalo, it's probably been 2 or 3 years too long. They've given him, he's had a lot of chances. What was that play in Kansas City where Patrick Mahomes threw 2 passes in 15 seconds? Right? And got down and tied or won or whatever it happened.
Yep.
And that, but wait, this is your defensive head coach, Sean McDermott. Your defensive head coach. Why isn't your defense stopping him? That's not on Josh Allen at all. Josh Allen gave you the lead, put you in position to win the game. And your defense couldn't hold Patrick Mahomes. I'm surprised he didn't get fired that year. I thought that would have been the year that he got fired. I'd been like, damn, you're the defensive head coach. What are you doing? But I'm not surprised. A lot of people are. A lot of people are like, oh, how can you fire a guy after 9 seasons the way he's coached? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Jimmy Johnson got fired after winning the Super Bowl. Tony Dungy got fired after taking the worst NFL team of all time, which was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who started their franchise 0-26. He turned them into a viable. It's because of Tony Dungy, the Buccaneers are who they are today, not because of anybody else. It's because of what Tony Dungy did. Tony Dungy brought a culture down there, and that man still got fired for it. So I don't want to hear that Sean McDermott deserves to keep his job because coaches get fired. That's it.
Who would like?
I mean, I'll tell you why I didn't think he was going to get fired. Is that I think you only fire a coach when you can upgrade.
True.
And who are they going to get that's better? Who's out there right now?
Raheem Morris.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like, first of all, with 10 openings, John Harbaugh already signs with the Giants, and then the Bills fire their coach. Like, they got into the looking for a coach game a little late too.
Yeah.
But but I just don't know who they're going to bring in that's going to be better. And I think Josh Allen turns 30 years old. And if you can't get better, stay consistent, in my opinion. So, like, I don't know what this team's going to look like. I just think it was an odd move when they did it too. So I don't know. I just don't see a better candidate out there at the moment. Even the coordinators, man, like normally there's coordinators like a Johnson or an Aaron Glenn or a Mike McDonald. People are like highly sought after. These people wanted him to be a first-time head coach, and I think the Green Bay's defensive coordinator was one of the only few coordinators that I heard of that even had like a little sizzle to him as the season was going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's a weak coaching wheel this year.
Yeah, you're probably going to end up seeing like a Jonathan Gannon or, one of those type of guys. Somebody's going to retread back up there. It's going to be a retread. Head coach, probably one of the guys that got fired this year. I mean, hell, they might even, I know Tomlin said that he's not going to coach, but they may give him a call just so they can maybe stay consistent for a couple of years while they figure this out,
I mean, could be Kubiak.
Yeah, true.
I mean, if they want to go from a defensive-minded head coach to an offensive coordinator, see what he's done here in Seattle, what he did with the Saints. They could go that route. And let's not forget, when we talk about, who are they going to get? The Eagles had no problems firing Andy Reid. And he took them to 4 NFC championships in the Super Bowl. They had no problems firing him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, you have to get me to the mountain, and then you have to win that mountain. And if you can't get me to the mountain, if the best you can do is get me to the base, then at some point you're gone, because that's obviously that's your ceiling as a coach. You can take a team and get them to the playoffs, but you can't get them halfway up the mountain to play in the championship. You can't get them up to the mountain to play in the Super Bowl, and you definitely can't win the Super Bowl. So, yeah, and June's right. It should have happened a few years ago. And maybe then they would have gotten someone else. But my guess is if they're looking at offense, they'll probably go with Kubiak. I think Gannon lands up being a defensive coordinator again somewhere. I don't see them reaching for him. I could be wrong. It is the Bills. But if they want to make kind of a splash and say, hey, look, we're serious about our offense, then you get an offensive coordinator who's done it with several teams, and you give him Josh Allen at quarterback, and if they can draft themselves a couple of good wide receivers, they'll be dangerous again.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Would they look at a guy like Cliff Kingsbury? He's an offensive-minded guy. I mean, the offense was pretty good with Washington, not this year because of all the injuries, but he had some decent offenses in Arizona. He had a really good offense last year in Washington. Could you see them giving a guy like Cliff Kingsbury a chance?
I could see that, which is interesting because I thought at least that Kingsbury wouldn't basically just walk away from the Commanders without a job in hand, right? Why walk away from an offensive coordinator job when you know you're going to get Jaden Daniels back next year if you don't pretty much have a head coaching job in your back pocket?
Well, he was more pushed out. He was pushed out up here.
But that's crazy too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's sort of like, you push someone out because of the injuries, but you don't take a look at the defense and realize just how aging and you probably need to get a much younger on the defense, and your offense when your comes back is going to be really good. So I just don't understand why you would push out your OC. I mean,
Right.
you can, and as a head coach, you still got cash from season 1, and season 2 ownership looks and like, okay, yeah, you're starting backwards out. Why should we? Yeah, you're not going to get fired now. Season 3 rolls around, you got to get a new OC. Maybe the offense doesn't perform like it did season 1. Your defense is even older and can't really stop anybody. Yeah, then you've got issues.
I thought it was hilarious. I'm sorry. I thought it was hilarious that the Chiefs went back and got they signed the enemy back.
The enemy.
I was like, oh, they doing their old trick. We're gonna bring Eric Bieniemy in so he don't be a head coach somewhere. They still not letting that man be a head coach.
But so what are they? So what's happening with Nagy? Because he's not a head coach yet. I mean, I know he had interviews set up, but
I don't know if he was fired or if he just decided to leave, but it was a very quiet news cycle where they just said that he wasn't the OC anymore, and he didn't learn that he wasn't the OC anymore until they announced it. Like, you heard about the enemy going back before you heard about Nagy being out. Like,
right.
That was weird. I was like,
he's like, I guess
when
I'm
I
not
first saw it, I
going
was
back
like,
to work.
Yeah. When I first saw it, I thought they was bringing Bieniemy in to be like the running backs coach or something, you know? But then when I heard he's going to be the OC, I was like, oh, what's going on?
I'm telling you, next coach in Buffalo, if I was a betting man, which Brian Daboll is very available.
Yeah.
His name has been thrown around.
Josh Allen, get along. And he knows the organization already, knows everybody there. I think that would be a very easy just plug and play.
He showed himself to be a very good offensive coordinator with Buffalo, but he showed himself to be a lousy head coach in New York. So I don't know what, like, is he going to be a better head coach in Buffalo just because he has Josh Allen and not a lot of other pieces? So, I mean, all I know is that you got to be happy that Buffalo's in flux.
I hope they hire Brian Daboll.
I mean, yeah.
Speaking of people getting hired, we have a few of the vacancies have already been filled. So, Falcons bring in Kevin Stefanski to the A. Giants get John Harbaugh. That happened literally right after we ended the last show. So, the Dolphins hire Jeff Hafley, who I've never heard of before, but he was
Green Bay.
DC, yeah.
And then the Titans quickly said, Robert Salah, you're available now. You can please come on over to Nashville. So, some new teams, some pretty bad teams have new coaches. I guess my question to you guys is, any of these stand out to you? Do you like any of these hires a lot?
I think the one that doesn't make any fucking sense is Robert Saleh going to Tennessee, in my opinion. Why did you go from taking over a crappy team like the Jets that didn't work out,
right.
Bad organization, and then you go back to San Fran for a year, and then you pick Tennessee, like, were they the first one to offer you a job? Like, how bad is it? Is the electrical substation true? Like, you got cancer in your nuts, man? Like, what's going on? Because they're not, they have clearly shown, the Tennessee Titans, that they do not want to pay top dollar for the people that they even draft. They have shipped out all of their best players when it comes time to pony up the bucks. I do think Cam Ward could be a good quarterback in the NFL, but he hasn't shown it. Like, he didn't show much his first year because the team's so bad. So I don't know. I think that Robert Saleh could be, because I think he's a hell of a motivator. He's definitely great X's and O's on the defense. He's what players love playing for him. But But you only get so many shots at being a head coach in the NFL.
Yep.
And the Niners are only going to take you back so many times.
Yeah.
You fail as a head coach.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
That one made no sense to me.
I mean, I think really, if you look at it, they looked at what he did with the Niners defense with all the injuries, right? He got backups playing like they were starters, and playing at a high level. So I think with Tennessee, they're like, okay, we've got a quarterback, we're good there. We've got a running back, we're okay at that. Probably need receivers, but we need someone to build our defense.
Mm.
So, and Saleh did that. Yeah, the Jets defense was solid while he was there. The offense, and I think one of the reasons he might have taken the Tennessee thing is that they do have a quarterback in place, unlike the Jets that didn't, and then signed Aaron Rodgers, which turned out to be just a freaking shit show. So I mean, for Saleh, it makes some sense. For Tennessee, they want to build the defense. That makes sense. Yeah, now he just needs to build a team around him. He needs to get a really good OC. Doesn't matter who he gets as defensive coordinator, because like Mike McDonald up here, he's going to be calling plays. But if you get yourself a solid OC and get yourself another wide receiver, and then fill out the defense, he can make some noise there. Stefanski, I thought that was a good hire. I think that was a solid hire with Atlanta. I think he will do well there. I know right now, with Penix injured, you're not quite sure when he's coming back. But good thing they couldn't trade their other quarterback that they paid $170 to. Huh?
Coach Hanks.
I really don't understand Robert Saleh to the Titans. I mean, come on. Like, you ever worked a job and you leave your one company, you go to another, and this new company is so poorly managed, and you're like, what the hell is this? And your old job was nice enough to take you back, and you're like, all right, never doing that again. And then the next job offer that comes your way is a company that's known to be very poorly managed and cheap as hell, and you're like, I'll take it. Did you not learn anything?
Yeah.
And your job is very public.
That's some hoe shit. Is what it is. She's always looking. I don't know. I mean, I understand why Tennessee wanted him. I understand that.
Yeah.
But the other one that two things I think are interesting. One, when looking at the John Harbaugh deal, I think it's interesting that the titles are still head coach and GM, right? But it's in Harbaugh's contract that he answers directly to the owner. The Giants have always done it where the head coach, GM talks to the owner. And it's very clear that John Harbaugh is going to be making the final say. So to me, it kind of reminds me of a Pete Carroll, John Schneider thing when they were over here, where Pete Carroll was the head coach, John Schneider was the GM, but Pete Carroll always had the final say while he was here on what they did with draft picks. And I don't know how often he exercised that or what they did. I just know that like he had the final say, and it kind of sounds like John Harbaugh has the final say with the Giants. So I thought that was interesting. And then the Dolphins, like, could you hire somebody that is more opposite of the guy that you had? Like, completely just, they're like, you know what? He was so bad that we want someone find me the opposite. Someone find me Mike McDaniel in the upside down world, the completely opposite. And I'm gonna hire his because that one threw me.
Yeah.
You got all this money tied into your offense, and you went after a deep guy. Yeah.
Well, that's because they're going to have to rely on their defense because Tyreek Hill wants out. Who knows if Tua is going to be back? I mean, you know, they may end up eating that money and letting him go. So, you know, you don't have a quarterback, you don't have wide receiver, your running backs, you know. So you need a defensive coordinator to come in and build your defense, because that's what a couple of years. I mean, until maybe you and I don't know, the Jets, Pittsburgh, you all fight it out for Arch Manning.
I mean, that's it's your team. What do you think about?
Two things. I was telling y'all about Sean McDoofus for a while. There was a game I saw where that dude lacked so much killer instinct, and I just after that game I was like, that's not the coach for the Bills. They're never winning anything with that guy. If anything, that defense had to show up, and they just got worse and worse and worse until now they're just a joke. Nobody respects them. And now for us, we hired fucking Halfley, who I didn't know anything about this dude except he was coming from Green Bay. But I've heard some terrible things about his coaching in college. His teams don't find any identity. His teams just suck.
Oh, that's right. Didn't he coach Boston College?
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that the Boston College? Oh, God.
And that did not go well. So I don't know what the hell they're thinking.
So you don't feel good.
No, this is not good. He's going to be fired.
Yeah.
Silly, but this is what I expect.
Is he like dating
What was that?
Miller's daughter or something? How did that happen?
I think the Titans got ahead of us a little bit.
Hey, I think you know what's funny with that hire. I just look at it and I'm like, okay, Miami, is this going to be the same situation it was? You remember with that Baltimore Ravens offensive coordinator? He lasted 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the year y'all went 1-15, or and that dude lasted one season, and he was supposed to be this guru on offense, and the man couldn't coach to save his life. And I'm like, oh my God, what was that dude's name? He was an offensive coordinator.
What year was
It was
that?
like 2006 or 2000. It was like right after Saban, right? It was after the bad Saban hire, or before the Saban hire, something like that.
It was the gap fill.
Yeah, it was bad, but
It's gonna be like that.
that's the way I look at that. Kevin Stefanski, I think, is the only one, and I'm not a big Kevin Stefanski fan, but he's the only one. Cam Cameron, that was his damn name.
Oh, yeah.
But Kevin Stefanski is the only one that actually makes sense, because I think that team can benefit from an actual offensive guy. So,
Hey man, they got the they got quarterbacks, got a running back, got wide receivers. They have a tight end that they rarely use, and they finally did this year. Some games.
the end of the season, the last 4 games of the season, they used him.
I think there's a lot there for the Falcons. To me, that would have been one of the that was one of the better teams looking for a head coach, in my opinion, for you to want to go to, because you're also in the NFC South. So you want to find a spot where you can punch a ticket to the playoffs. Also, so I did like Stefanski hire. Baker Mayfield throwing some shots though.
Ooh, that's gonna get ugly. I can't wait that, boy. I was like, ooh, that's gonna be ugly.
I mean, it's funny that he's throwing shots at the coach when it wasn't the coach that posted that shit. You know, it's like,
and
it's like, hey,
the coach isn't the one that traded him.
Right.
That's
That's,
No.
that's not who fired
So
him.
sassy.
I mean, I was expecting a phone call or something. Fuck you, man! You got fired. The head coach now has to figure out who his quarterback is going to be. It's going to be Deshaun Watson, who he's not going to have for a year, and then who, you know, and he's afraid that during that year off he's going to hang out at massage parlors and get totally banned, so he won't have a quarterback. And he ended up not having a quarterback even when Deshaun Watson came back. So there's like, he had other things on his mind, man.
Let's move on to the last piece of news here. NBA news. Jimmy Butler out for the rest of the season with another torn ACL. Completely different sport, but here we are. This happened a few nights ago, and our very own Junebug Woj broke the story. This happened, and I think the very next night, yesterday, then the Warriors got blown out by Toronto. It was pretty embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if that was an omen or just coincidence, back to back. But the Warriors they've been having a pretty good year. They're one of the better teams in the West, and Jimmy Butler's definitely a reason for that. Now I'm not too sure. I don't really like their chances to do much without him. They've got some fairly good young players, but he offered a very good defensive presence, and also a very good offensive presence that they were lacking at that position. That I don't think their younger guys can fill in. So I don't know what you guys thought about this.
So do the Warriors practice near the same electrical substation that the Niners do?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Their practice court is actually completely underneath it. Right? I mean, you step outside their practice facility, and you walk right into the substation.
Right.
Boom, just like that. Yeah.
I love that the Niners spent like 10 minutes in their outgoing press conference today talking about how they're actually they're going to do some major studies to see if that electrical substation is actually one of the reasons why Niners keep getting hurt. But I don't know, man. When I heard about it, I read it and I was like, oh man, Jimmy Butler. And then I had this immediate thought of, oh, that's right. I don't give a shit. Because it's Jimmy Butler and he plays for Golden State, and I don't give a shit about either of them. They both kiss my ass. So,
I mean, Golden State will probably hover around the play-in teams, probably where they're going to be.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna scare anyone. I don't know if they would have scared anybody with Jimmy, but definitely without him, they're not. And they can't make trades, so they're screwed. And really, in all honesty, they should have never made a trade for Jimmy Butler.
Huh.
They should have traded Steph Curry and started building for the future. Is what they should have done. But the owners want to.
Dallas.
Well, they could have. Yeah, they could have traded him to Dallas before Dallas decided to trade for oft injured AD.
yeah. Well, see, that's the thought that I had too, though, G-Money, was that, okay, Jimmy Butler's not there anymore this year. Were they winning the West with him? No, they weren't.
No.
So what does it really do in the grand scheme of things? Now, if you put out there, Wembanyama's out for the year, one, wouldn't be surprised. Two, I'd be like, oh shit, that actually really hurts a team. Like SGA or the Joker or someone like that. There's a couple things that wouldn't surprise me if someone got hurt like Wembanyama, or if I got a news report of AD eating barbecue. But Jimmy Butler, man, it just doesn't move the needle. The one, Golden State and Jimmy Butler are not as relevant as what they were 3 years ago.
Yeah.
They're just not. They don't move the needle like they used to.
Well,
we are going to go to a halftime break. When we come back, we've got comments to read from you guys at home, featuring Jalen Hurts, featuring Sean McDoofus, featuring playoff teams that are no longer in the playoffs. And then, of course, we'll have the Ride or Die in 5 with the return of the NBA. So sit tight, and we will be back in 10 minutes.
C'est Louis, il fait la
John Harbaugh is going to be the new coach of the New York Giants. The deal isn't done yet, but it looks like that will be happening. Giants fans, what do you think about your new head coach? Me not being a Giants fan, I think it's a great fit. He's taken over a team that's got an array of young talent, especially on offense. You've got Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatterboo will be back, Darius Slate in there. And John Harbaugh was proving in Baltimore that he was pretty good at developing younger players, and Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers. So I think on both sides of the ball, man, I think this is a great fit for the Giants. So Giants fans, we want to hear from you. What do you think about your new head coach?
You guys want to know what Jalen Hurts' career is going to sum up as? If you took Joe Flacco and combined him with Tyrod Taylor, that is going to be Jalen Hurts' career. That's him. You're gonna win a Super Bowl. You're gonna have a decent postseason record. You're gonna hang around for a long time, but that's going to be your career.
Panthers got to be kicking themselves right now. They had LA on the ropes. Bryce Young played a hell of a game. One of the best games I've seen them play. I don't watch a lot of the Panthers. Their defense played so well. The touchdown pass from Stafford to Parkinson, though, to end the game, basically the game-winning touchdown. That was, what a throw, what a catch. I feel like if you're a Panthers fan, you can't be very upset with the offense or the defense because they played so well. Just the Rams essentially had too much time left on the clock to go and take the lead back, and that was it. I don't know, if you're a Panthers fan, I guess you can maybe go back and look at some of the mistakes in the first half of the game. You know, had you not made those, probably wouldn't have been in a better position at the end of the game. Outside of that, I thought the Panthers had it. I really did. Put Willis in run RPO. We needed a different style quarterback at that moment. Not taking anything from Love. He had a great game.
Or you run the fucking ball with Josh Jacobs. Like, who
There it
takes
is.
out
And there it
Jordan
is.
Love? This completed
Preach.
some percent of his passes. Oh, but let's take him out from Malik Willis. You
Exactly.
goddamn
What the
Brandon
fuck are
son of
people
a
talking?
bitch.
What are y'all talking about?
Brandon son of a bitch. Any Packers fan that says that they think that Malik Willis should have come into the game inside the 30 on the last drive of the game,
Oh, come on.
you're
bro.
a fucking idiot. And you're probably
Mhm.
one of those people that has a certificate hanging up in your wooden panel den. In
He said wooden panel.
Circa 1970s.
We're going to a Nets game because we're crazy heads and we saw that tickets were $10. We're gonna go see, who are we seeing?
The Jazz and the Nets.
Two best teams in the NBA.
Yeah, they're the best at something.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going
Entertainment.
to the Barclays Center. We're taking the train, subway, as you can see.
Yeah, there's like literally no one here.
Tip off is in like 5 minutes. So,
It already happened.
never mind. Game just started.
I've not been over here except driving. Shout out Rodney.
Yeah,
Mr. Brown.
Shout out my dad. Last time I saw the Nets play was with him in Orlando.
Aw. Yeah.
Probably like a decade ago.
Do you have your favorite like grocery store?
Publix. I do literally like Trader Joe's though.
Yeah.
You have any bracelets on? Is it allowed to take those off?
It's like, are you kidding me? Me?
Just the same. Perfect. Okay, Bridget, what do you think of your spicy margarita?
It's not spicy. What's that place though? Jungle something that we went in St. Pete? It's no curry, jungle, spicy marg, tequila, and mango puree, and then there's just tahini on the rim. So it's not the best, but it's a margarita, and there's enough of it to get me drunk for the next hour.
I decided to give someone else a chance. They were fucking incompetent. Not my fault. They're incompetent. And if you want to let me go, fine.
Y'all made me take that boy. I didn't want his ass. I clearly showed y'all I did not want his ass. Everybody get hurt. Y'all made me have to play him. Now y'all mad at me.
I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't even know why you're firing me. Like, I've seen a lot of good things happen here. This ball club was doing great things. There's a lot of positivity happening with this team. Y'all saw Geno Smith. It's been fun. I thought we had a great year. But you guys want to go in a different direction. That's fine.
I'm just happy to get out of this hot ass state and go on my cruise with hopefully Mike McDaniels.
This that bullshit that be going on, and y'all be blaming on everybody else. I just won you 4 games in a row. If it wasn't for me, we wouldn't have won those 4 games, was it? That's all right, though.
Why?
That shit was pass
Why?
interference, nigga.
It was passive.
That's a quiet ass bar.
Man, this is quiet. Why is it so quiet over here?
We've seen him, twice in the playoffs now? And he's looked this way both times. Harbaugh, this offseason, is going to have to take a long look at Justin Herbert and probably sit down, talk with the kid and say, hey, I expect us to be in the playoffs every year that I'm coaching here and you as my quarterback. So we got to figure out what we need to do to get you to feel comfortable while you're in the playoffs. He missed a lot of plays. I know the code probably had a lot to do with it. The balls was selling on him a few times. Justin Herbert just didn't seem comfortable the entire game. And that's something that they're going to have to work with him. And I know it wasn't a home game, you on the road, but hey, he got to understand, you're going to have to play on the road in the playoffs. Unless you're the number 1 seed, you better get comfortable on the road. I mean, hell, even Josh Allen had to find it out. He was 0-5 and he finally pulled one out. He got to figure out what's wrong with him when he gets on the road in the playoffs, and that's something that Harbaugh's got all offseason to really get to.
Out of all these teams here that have been eliminated from the playoffs, 2 questions. Which one do you think should be the most optimistic going forward? And who do you think should be the most pessimistic going forward? For me, optimistic, there's a few teams that come to mind here, like Carolina, I think Green Bay. Both should be very, very optimistic about their future. But if I could just pick one, it's got to be the Chicago Bears. That team put on one hell of a show this season, and they've got a very promising future ahead of them. Pessimistic wise, there was a couple that came to mind. Like, there's a big question mark with Buffalo and what their next chapter is going to look like. But if I could only pick one team, it's got to be Pittsburgh. It seems like they're about to head into the dark ages, and they're going to need to rebuild. They've been putting it off long enough, and now they're at the point where they just need a complete reset, including head coach. But we want to know, which 2 of these playoff teams do you think should be the most optimistic and pessimistic moving forward? Bills fans, what do you think about the Bills firing Sean McDermott? Coached the team for 9 years, another playoff loss in the divisional round this time to the Denver Broncos, and now he's out of there. Are you happy he's fired? Upset? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, is there anybody that you have your eyes on to replace? Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet, second half of AFR episode 272. We're going to start off this second half by taking another cheers to a successful second half of the show. So, if you got something to drink at home, this is your time to do that. Nestor should make a mark ad as we speak.
What the hell?
And I am still 3 tequilas behind.
What are you actually drinking, Jimmy?
Drinking 1942.
Well,
no, it's not Julio. Which one is it?
It's Reposado.
Reposado.
Somebody's drinking a favorite of mine. I have got Four Roses small batch.
Nice. I like that too.
I'll trade you.
You know, I just recently found the empty bottle of Don Julio 1942 out on my patio. Didn't know where Nestor stashed it. Kind of like blending into the rest of my stuff in my patio, and I knocked it over, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And I had a little 1942 bottle rolling at my feet, and I was like,
That's hilarious.
Because for some reason we put him in charge of.
Like, that's not a decoration. All right, let's get to some comments for the week. Let's see, what do we want to start off with? We'll save the Jalen Hurts thing for the last, because I believe that's where the most comments are at, of course. Because I swear, you mix Malin, Jalen Hurts in the same video. It's like politics.
It's like I saw it. I was like, "Oh God, Malin, just be quiet next time. Don't even say nothing."
June, the one with the Packers that he cut at me, that one has almost 120,000.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's probably past
That's
120K at this point on Facebook.
Jesus.
It's just ridiculous. I'm like, you guys know this game is like 2 weeks old now, and you're still
They still going. Still going.
Okay, so let me bring up that one. I'll start on YouTube here for when the Bills fired Sean McDoofus here. Let me bring up the video page. Sorry if you're at home, you get hit with the audio twice. Okay. All right. Snapback Jay says, should have fired Bean. That's his name, Bean, the GM. I mean, I agree. Christian Haven says, BS, should fired him right away. Could have gotten Harbaugh or Stefanski. You mean while he was still actively coaching the team, you should have fired him?
Exactly.
What?
As he's getting ready to get on the, and then you basically tell him, I don't know, take a fucking taxi home.
He jumped on the tables.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Steve Buckley says it wasn't his fault. The refs blew it. Oh Lord.
Can't blame the refs for everything.
None. Oh, this is my favorite one. None says, who cares? It's a fucking game. Thanks, pal. Good comment.
Okay.
Why are you commenting, man?
Stupid.
Why are you commenting? Like, do something else, bro. Do something else, bro.
Go eat a Snickers, my guy.
Jesus Christ. It's some angry little men. There's some angry little men on the internet. I've learned that. Good God,
very
man.
much are.
Love the way Jim calls it angry little men.
That's what happens when you have no girlfriends,
Mm.
and your parents shut down your porn access.
You get mad at other people having opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're an incel. All right, let's go. Let's leave the positivity of YouTube for TikTok. Our very own
Fantastic.
June says, I'm not surprised. They getting a new stadium, now a new head coach. Well said. Orange Crush says, fired the wrong person. Should have been Bean. Sean McDermott may not have been the answer, but who is better that is available right now?
See, that's the point, right?
That's it.
2J's says, come on to Pittsburgh, please. KCTV says, should have been done and B needs to go. And then last but not least, Sigma Grind says, good move. Defensive coach and has had mediocre defenses. Has shown the inability to adjust midseason and makes foolish moves. Carried hard by Allen. They need to bring in an offensive guy like Dayball. Bengals need to do the same with Taylor.
Hey, do you mentioned how someone thought that the GM should have gotten fired? Did you hear the funny shit at their press conference?
Oh man.
Happened about how the owner said that he only drafted Coleman because the coaching staff wanted him to. And then people went real quick to video of the Bills war room and hearing the GM talking about, guys, he's sliding. We might be able to get him now. And like high-fiving and chest bumping people when they actually picked him. I'm like, yeah, keep saying that he didn't want to draft the guy and only did it because of the coaching staff. You look like a fucking idiot.
I'm like, Keon Coleman is actively on your team. Do you know that?
On the team.
Obviously not anymore. Not anymore.
And that's not even the GM saying that. That's the owner coming to the GM's head to be like, he didn't want to draft him. That was the coaching staff. Could you imagine if the owner of your company, Jalen, just like put everybody on a team's gonna be like, we never wanted to hire Jalen, but here he is.
I mean, he catching strays for no reason. Keon Coleman is catching strays for no reason. This man is chilling. Well, he's chilling, and next thing you know, you're catching a stray from the boss. The guy that signed your check is giving it just like.
I would not.
Even Jalen Garrett there was like, damn, you like Keon Coleman do that to you? I was like, damn, what did he do?
Going up to the facility right now to make sure my card still worked.
Hey, free my
man, if I was just as good as Keon Coleman, I could play in the NFL.
Damn. Free my man Keon out that jam up there. Let's get to the next comment here, which is the which playoff eliminated teams should be the most optimistic and then pessimistic. We'll start on TikTok because I'm already there. June leading again. June had, I think, the most liked comment here. Optimistic, the Bears. Pessimistic, Houston. Houston was an interesting pick there, June.
The reason I'm going to tell you why. I'm real quick. I'm going to tell you why. I said that because of I looked up the Houston Texans. They're 12 million over the cap, and you got your quarterback coming up with 26 option year for 26 million. And so my question is, what are you going to do if you're Houston? You're going to have to lose a lot of players to pick up that fourth-year option for that quarterback. And after the playoffs he just had. That comes into question. And I'm going to tell you one more thing before we let you go on. Emmanuel Acho said something very interesting. He said, think about this. If the Houston Texans would have never made the playoffs, you would never hear the negativity about CJ Stroud that you hear. And they would have signed that fourth-year option, no problem. Mm-hmm. Now, with the negativity that happened the two playoff games actually hurt him more than it helped them. But if you're a defensive player for the Houston Texans and you got an option coming up, I'd be running into the office telling the owners, hey, it was us that kept us in the game, not that quarterback. I'd be throwing him up under the bus because now this is the business side of the NFL. So.
Well, but CJ is actually going into his fourth year, so it'll be his fifth-year option. So because they have a fifth-year option because he was first pick. So they signed him for 4. So he's going in his fourth year. You don't if you're the ownership
for this year, it's 20 you got to sign a option for 26 million. Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, he plays the 4th year. You don't have to pick up the 5th year option. If he does if he continues to regress, you don't have to pick up that 5th year option. You just let him walk and start all over again. I think the biggest mistake they can make is signing him to an extension and giving him $50-some million a year. I think that would be their biggest mistake.
You know, and I don't know if you need someone to tell you this or not, but like when you want to say something, you don't have to be scared like Jalen's going to mute your mic. You start talking so fast.
Oh.
So, like don't let me just get this out, man, real quick. Are you good, man?
I don't want to waste the time. I know he's trying to get through these quick. So
Yeah, you ain't wasting time. Got opinions, man. Share the opinion.
I was incorrect in saying you had the most liked comment, and I looked down. I was like, okay.
Oh.
You had the 3rd most liked comment. Some I don't. It doesn't even have an actual name. Optimistic Bears, pessimistic Bills. Same pick as mine. A couple more people said the same thing.
I put
or my
mine on
bad. I'm
Facebook.
sorry. Oh, you're right. I should check. I always forget to do this. Facebook comments here.
I put mine on Facebook.
One moment. Facebook, goddamn maze.
As June evidenced earlier.
everybody talking crazy about me.
It's not what it is. All right, I'll come back to that because this is. Oh, never mind. I found it. Our very own Malin says Bears for optimistic and Steelers for pessimistic. Bears have something with Williams and Johnson at coach. Steelers don't have a head coach, aging defense, no quarterback, overpaying Metcalf, and to top it off, they don't have the draft capital to fix anything right now.
Nope.
They're headed for tough times.
Yeah.
Couldn't happen to a better group.
That's what happens when you consistently win 10 games. You can really never draft the quarterback you want unless you get into a quarterback-rich draft, which, if that happens, usually you're not. If you're drafting like 17, you're not going to get that quarterback anyway unless, like, a Aaron Rodgers or Dan Marino drop. A quarterback of that caliber drops because of one reason or another. Then you get lucky. Other than that, you don't get lucky.
Right.
You have to stick with who you've got or sign a free agent, and most of those aren't any good anyway.
Back over on TikTok, Double Agent 05 says optimistic, the Panthers and Bears. Pessimistic, I say the Steelers and Bills. Good C says optimistic Jags. Pessimistic Bills. Most of the answers are pretty much the same. AJ Train says Chargers and Jags optimistic. Yeah, kind of a lot of the same stuff here.
Yeah, I like the Chargers hiring McDaniels. That's going to be, that's going to help Jim Harbaugh out so he doesn't have to be the main play caller. McDaniels can call the hell out of plays, and if the team stays healthy, if that offense stays healthy, then he should put up a lot of points. So we'll see what happens. But that was a good hire on the coordinator side of the ball. It's probably the best hire right now of any coordinator that's been hired has been McDaniel to the Chargers.
Yeah. All right, last video here before we move on to the final topic. We are going to go with Malin giving the comp of Jalen Hurts to Joe Flacco and Tyrod Taylor. Everyone's favorite two aging quarterbacks. There's some pretty funny ones in here. I'm not gonna lie. All right, we'll start on TikTok. Donnie Berger says Hurts better than Flacco, bro.
Is he? Is he? Is he though?
Say it all.
And then, of course, we get the infamous God, we need less podcasts. Thanks, Frame. Good one. We got original comment. Young Sin says Eagles already eliminated, and somehow y'all still talking about Hurts. Shaking my head. Well, you did not watch the whole episode, sir, because you missed the context.
Yeah.
Austin says, "Damn, that's a great career. Bet Matt Ryan and Phillip Rivers would trade with him. Probably.
Flacco too.
But the difference is he just talked about, Rivers and Matt Ryan could be Hall of Famers. Flacco don't have a chance in hell of being a Hall of Famer, and neither does Tyrod Taylor. So I don't know about that,
How old is
nobody gives a damn. Nobody gives a damn that Dan Marino didn't win a Super Bowl. Nobody cares about that. He's still one of the greatest quarterback of all time. So
Flacco, he's 41.
Okay. Anyone think that Jalen Hurts is going to be in the league when he's 41?
No.
He shouldn't be. I mean, if he's smart, he shouldn't be. He should make enough money to be able to walk away. He's got a Super Bowl ring. Been in 2 Super Bowls. He should learn from looking at Wilson and going, yeah, I bouncing from team to team, trying to get back there when I know I'm going to. Make your money, walk away. No sense in playing till you're 41.
Does anyone think Jalen Hurts is ever going to win an MVP?
No. He don't put up the numbers to do it. And it's not, and I'm not saying he can't. He won a Super Bowl MVP because, it's the one game they had to pick somebody. But the simple fact of the matter is that for a whole season, Jalen Hurts just don't put up the numbers to do it. He just don't. His team isn't built like that. Sirianni wouldn't even. Sure. Sirianni doesn't coach like that.
Yeah, so. That's true. That's true.
Coach at all, to be honest.
There's
a lot
more
of comments here to get to.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so someone else said Tyrod gonna be an all-time rushing touchdown leader. Such a weird. All right, whatever.
Is he?
Takimi says disrespectful to both Flacco and Tyrod.
Yeah, nice.
Oh shit!
There it is.
M. John says Flacco didn't do this, and then he proceeded to post a screenshot of like a note that I don't know if he made it or whoever, but all of these Jalen Hurts accomplishments, and they're all around the Super Bowl. That like whatever, all like super specific ESPN type stats. Redhead D Radio says Hurts is better than both. Let's stop the nonsense. He was literally second in MVP voting. Someone replied to him and said, "Wow, put that second place on his resume."
Oh shit.
And again, did I say that Joe Flacco and Tyrod Taylor were better than him? I was saying that, in my opinion, his career is going to compare.
Same trajectory, yeah.
If you put Tyrod Taylor and Joe Flacco into one QB, in my opinion, it ended up with the career of Jalen Hurts.
And then there were some people on here, I'm pretty sure on YouTube too, that started to get, they were not talking anything about Jalen Hurts. This one guy said, Peach Boy, he says, you want to know what Sam Darnold's career is going to be summed up as? the third overall pick who was so bad that he was shipped away from the team that drafted him and never ended up winning a Super Bowl. This is 5 days ago, so I'm pretty sure that's before the game last weekend. You're a little.
Why are we projecting? We're projecting.
Deuce also says disrespectful, especially coming from a man whose quarterback is Sam Darnold.
Oh, damn.
Did Sam Darnold have a better year than Jalen Hurts this year?
Yes, he did.
Sam Darnold's still playing
Did he?
football.
Yeah.
Well, he's still playing football. That's true.
Sam Darnold threw
Right.
more interceptions, but he had more yards.
He did. He threw a lot more interceptions.
Because he threw the ball more. He threw the ball more.
Over on YouTube,
I'd have to take a look. I'm not.
Dia Alvin says, sounds great to me. Jose says, I mean, still stay longer, made money, got a Super Bowl. I think he wins. Something.
I'm lost.
Still using my guy Flacco as an insult. Dong Doodler says, how did it take remotely this long for people to speak up about how mid he is? London Famio says, isn't that already who Russell Wilson is?
True.
Bone 720. I'm sure your career was much better, huh, buddy? Where's your millions?
Oh, God. Philly fan. Philly fan. Philly fan.
Can't have an
Mad-
opinion unless you've done it.
Philly fan. Fat neck beard. Philly fan sitting on the toilet typing that.
On his mom's toilet.
That's not.
One of the things that's interesting, Jalen, is that Jalen Hurts has not even thrown. Joe Flacco has thrown for more touchdowns in a single season than Jalen Hurts has in a single so far in their career. And Jalen Hurts is in the prime of his right now, right? With a lot of talent. With a lot of talent. Okay.
Did you
I'm
see that
gonna
proposed trade
read-
today? AJ Brown to the Bills.
Yeah, Bills fans are really wanting that to happen.
Okay, I'm gonna
And that other
read-
guy can say all he wants about Sam Darnold, but Sam Darnold was voted as a Pro Bowler this year for the NFC, not Jalen Hurts. So that's not like a maybe Jalen Hurts can get into the Pro Bowl if Sam Darnold goes to the Super Bowl and he bows out, and then maybe there's a spot open for Jalen Hurts. It's my ass.
I'm gonna read one more comment, and then there's a reply to this that was cracking me up. Electro Duval says, imagine where he's from. He says, no, so you don't watch the games. Got it. Jalen ain't the one with a total of 5 fucking plays in the playbook. It's hard to quarterback when the defense quite literally knows what you are doing every play. Did you notice the last series against the 49ers? They ran the same damn play 3 times in a row, and it didn't work all 3 times. I'm a Jags fan who has no love for the Eagles, but I actually watch ball. I don't gamble, and I don't play fantasy. I just watch football, and I know football. And then someone replied to him and said, sorry, bud, but Hurts his ass. Dude barely throws for 200 yards a game.
Why might he just keep it that simple and just shut down that man's whole philosophy?
I just know ball.
I don't have any fun. I just watch football. Like I don't do any bets. I don't play fantasy. I don't do none of that. I just watch it.
Student
Got
of
the
the
all
game.
22 one. I know football.
You people are too funny. That I can't make this shit up. Y'all, you can go look in the comments yourself if you want to go see that.
I'm gonna have to. I'll actually have to reply to some. I just always love the opinion. Just because someone doesn't agree with your opinion, they automatically go to the "you don't know ball."
Oh, that's the go-to. That
It's
you
like,
shouldn't
no,
have a podcast.
I just have a different opinion than you, buddy. That's all.
That's all that matters.
But at the end of the day, your ass is sitting on the toilet scrolling, listening to me talk about it.
Exactly.
We're getting off track here, but I always think it's funny. The people who always know the most about ball, coincidentally, they never make their own videos. You can never come find any of their own shit, but they know the most about ball.
Right.
Strangely enough. Anyway.
That's because they're watching ball all the time. So they don't have time to make
You're right.
Well, they're watching, but they're watching it.
All right, let's get to the Ride or Die in 5 here. All right, so we had a bit of a shakeup last week after the divisional round wrapped up. Last week, G Money and Nestor both went 4-0, had just untouchable when it came to the playoffs last weekend. Myself and Malin went 2-2. June went 3-1. No slouch last week. June's been on the up. He's got his shovel out and he's digging his way out of that hole. But that puts G Money at the top of the leaderboard for the overall career Ride or Die in 5 records. So he's up 73 wins over 500. Malin and I are up 71 wins over 500. Nestor's up 33 wins, and June is down to -15. So
he's close to overtaking me on the 25-26 record too. I'm only 2 up.
Yep. So with that being said, we do have NBA coming back into the mix here because we only have 2 NFL games this weekend. So the other 3 have been filled in with NBA games. So no spread here just because NBA spread is usually set day of. So it's just, who wins the game. Starting off with tomorrow, we've got Chicago at Minnesota. G Money, first NBA pick of 2026. What do you have here?
Minnesota. Chicago shit on the road.
Yeah,
there we go. Just that simple.
Minnesota's has been one of the best teams in the West since they've been healthy now. They're climbing right up the leaderboard here. Chicago has not been one of the better teams in the NBA. I know they got Josh Giddey back as of late, but I don't think it's going to matter here. So give me Minnesota. June.
Yeah, give me the Timberwolves. I was looking at the records the other day, and I was like, when we posted this today, I looked at the records, and I was like, Chicago has been on the up and up, but on the road, they just can't play on the road. They just can't do it.
Malin.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I maybe have watched like 3 basketball games so far this year.
That's fair.
I'm all about it, but when you got this much ball going on, and your team's hot, still in the playoffs, these games don't matter right now. Like, they matter, but they don't matter. Like, nothing matters till after the All-Star break. It's what the NBA has done. That's why they came out with that Players' Cup or whatever the hell it is, because they want people to think the beginning of the season matters. So I was glad to find out that Chicago and Minnesota still had a team. So I'm gonna go with Minnesota.
Nestor.
Same. It'll be a great bounce back game for Minnesota at home.
All right. Next game, we've got Houston going to Detroit. This one is on Friday night. Better matchup here. Houston is pretty much like the second best or third best team in the West right now. Detroit, one of the best teams in the East. I believe Cade Cunningham, as of tonight, is out. I'm not sure if he'll be back by Friday, but really either way, I like Houston on the road here. They've been on kind of like a home stand for the past week or so. I think they're going to want to start off their road trip on the right foot here. So give me the Rockets on the road, who I do think they are just a better overall team, especially if Cade Cunningham is not playing. So give me the Rockets. June.
Yeah, I like the Rockets in this. They're playing very well as of last month. KD has been on the heater. He's got those young kids playing up to their best potential. And I think, and honestly, I think that Houston and Detroit are on the same trajectory. You know, two young teams, they both up and coming, and they're playing very well this year. But give me Houston on the road.
Malin.
Well, again, I looked at the standings. I was like, oh shit, Detroit's good. Number one in the East. God damn.
Detroit, yeah, Detroit is good.
I was like, okay. I was like, Detroit's balling. And I looked at Houston. I was like, okay, Houston, you guys are doing some things. You got Ashy Ankle Durant. That's cool. You know, this is where I gotta go with it. I just gotta look at the last 10 games. What have you done the last 10 games? One is 8-2. The other is 5-5. I'm gonna ride with Detroit. We'll go with them Pistons. Isn't gonna win this one. I'm really gonna have to study up on the NBA. I don't even know if there's an expansion team. Is there an expansion team? Is there? Better not be.
Not yet. Not yet. Almost. Maybe.
The Hawaii, the Honolulu.
Hawaii 5-0s.
Go ahead, Nestor.
I'm afraid this is going to be a game for KD to stand out since Kate is not playing. But Detroit is 13-6 away and 17-4 at home. Pretty strong team at home. Give me Detroit to hold down the house.
G Money.
Hey, Jalen, I gotta make this bet real quick. I don't even know who
bet?
Cunningham is. I don't know
What? What? You did from last year?
I don't remember.
Dude, don't be saying that out loud.
I remember.
You'll get a lot of TikTok people going like, "What's he talking about the NBA? He don't even know ball. He don't even know what ball is.
You don't know
See the ball.
Really
I'll study up in 1 week and be fine. But
well,
So-
if he doesn't play on Friday, you still won't know who he is, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. I actually believe he'll probably play on Friday. And Houston is not good on the road. They haven't got their road mojo. Give me Detroit. Give me Detroit.
yeah, because Cade Cunningham, he is gonna play. It's
I'm just betting that he's going to play.
I just need to see it.
Just
All right. Friday.
see what his
night.
injury is, though.
Okay, I know who he is.
Yeah, I knew you did.
Saturday night, we've got the Lakers going to the Mavs. We're going to start off with June here, a little personal game. But, June, what would you like?
Give me the Lakers. I'll take the Lakers on the road. I'm not going to
hurts you.
No, okay. Malin.
I mean, this is one of those games where, like, the NBA would love to be able to market, but they can't because Dallas is dog shit. And the Lakers are like the Kardashians and like the Real American Housewives like rolled into one. I don't know what the hell's going on with that team. I just read I don't know if y'all read that ESPN article today about what's going on with the Lakers and Jeannie Buss and that $10 billion sale and all that shit. Like, damn.
Yeah.
That was there's there's some flux going on there. You know, LeBron James, his hairline's graying. He's not a starter in the All-Star game. Everyone's losing their shit over it. Even though Michael Jordan wasn't a starter in his last All-Star game either, just Vince Carter gave him his spot, but everyone forgets about that shit. Yeah. But I'm going to go and take LA. I'm going to take LA. AD's hurt from eating too much barbecue and super fat. Flag is not doing too much as a rookie, so I'm going to hit the Lakers.
Go ahead, Nestor.
Yeah, give me the Lakers in this one.
All right, G Money.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not take the Lakers? The Dallas, God, 2 years ago, you're looking at a Dallas team that had the opportunity to do something, and they traded. They were done. Over. And that's where they're going to be. I mean, they're going to be stuck with AD for another year. Is that what he's got left on his contract?
At least.
Yeah.
Well, he wants an extension, a max extension. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's giving him that.
The only max extension is never mind. I mean,
No, and that's not even a max extension, because when he tried that, he pulled a groin.
yeah.
I'm
was
also
gonna say-
taking the Lakers.
Big extension. I'm going to hell.
Luka's balling. LeBron's, he's still there. And I'm just looking forward to when AR-15 he's supposed to be coming back soon, somewhere on this road trip that the Lakers are on. So it'll be like one of, if not the first time, I think the Lakers' new big three will finally be starting together, which is just sad. Like, it's fucking January and your three biggest names still haven't played together. But
they're not doing too bad. Some of their parts.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing well for missing, their three biggest players rotationally. So
I just think that it's the funniest shit ever. Still, I have to say it again. California has a basketball player with the nickname AR-15.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
He's
I
been
love it.
hooping. He's been
I love it.
hooping.
I love it. All them gun laws, and they're like, "That's AR-15. That's my man."
All right.
Can't even
Let's-
own an AR-15 in California. That's fine.
No. Let's get to the conference championship games, switching gears to the NFL. We're
There you
going
go.
to start off with the AFC championship game. New England 5.5-point favorites as of this afternoon in Denver. So we will start with Ron Malin. Yes.
Oh, I don't like this point spread. I gotta tell you that much right now.
It is a weird spread.
Because even with New Orleans, not New Orleans, but New England, like going in there, you backup quarterback for the Broncos. I don't trust it. I don't trust a 5.5-point spread. Because I think that New England, I think it's going to be a closer game. I still think New England wins. To me, this is like a Rams-Bears thing right now, where they could definitely win, but 5.5 points is just a weird point spread. Jarrett Stidham, man, like, wasn't he supposed to be the heir apparent to Tom Brady before Matt Jones?
Yeah.
But
He
wasn't
was.
he the guy in New England?
Something like that.
Yeah, he was. And then Josh McDaniel went to the Raiders as head coach and traded.
They traded for him. And I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I've been watching too much TikTok and seen some of these plays that man made as a Raider. Just throwing some dimes out there to nobody. I don't know.
That's exactly what that is.
But this guy's going to go out there with nothing to lose, man. And so they're going to end up losing by like 25. They're going to lose by 4. But I think I'm going to take Denver in the plus 5.5. I think Denver's defense is going to keep it close. I think you're going to have a repeat performance of 19,000 turnovers that New England had in the last game. So I'm going to go ahead and take Denver into plus 5.5. I don't feel good about it. But I took the Rams in -4, and I got fucked on that one last week. So the Rams won, and I lost in the Ride or Die in 5. That was bullshit.
Nestor.
Shit. I don't know. I'm. This is hard.
It's not an easy one to pick, man, because you don't know what this quarterback's going to do.
Yeah.
Big question mark there.
And it's not
You
like
know what?
it's not like they lost Josh Allen. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's Bo Nix. Let's chill the tits a little bit there. Like it's Bo Nix. It's not. Come on.
I have trouble remembering sometimes who the Patriots even played. Like, the Texans, of course. That's why I don't remember. Look, the game versus the Texans, I think I just liked a lot of what I saw from the Patriots on both sides of the ball. And yes, the Texans' horrible offense eventually got to them. But I just liked how they just, I don't know, went through the motions, got over their own mistakes. I like how they handled the game. I liked a lot of things on defense. A lot of guys stepped up that I hadn't really seen much in this season from them. Drake May, even when he made mistakes, he always came back, made clutch plays. I trust him a lot more than I trust even that Broncos defense. Against the Bills, there were times where me and Jalen were talking about, like, where is this great defense we were just talking about? Because they were just kind of making it too easy, like letting Keon Coleman score.
Keon.
Catching us straight for no reason again. No, look, I think the Patriots should control this game. Is it gonna be close in the beginning? Maybe, but then I think Stidham is gonna go ahead and make some mistakes. He's had 4 snaps this season. He can play good, but he's gonna have some trouble. That Patriots defense is good. The coaching is great. Offense is gonna be good. Give me the Patriots to cover 5.5.
Let's not act like Drake May is like had the football locked in a briefcase, like handcuffed to his arm. He's been making mistakes too.
We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that right now. G Money.
So my concern with Drake May was sort of my same concern with Jay Stroud, right? If you continue to turn the ball over, the other team is going to make you pay.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know. Hell, I haven't seen Stedman play I haven't actually seen him play at all because, quite frankly, when he played with the Raiders, who the f- cared? I mean, really, no one. So not even Raiders fans probably remember watching him play. The Denver defense is good. And how good is it? Well, it forced freaking Josh Allen into five. And let's not kid ourselves. The 2 games that the Patriots have played, this is another issue. Drake May's been sacked a total of 10 times, 5 each game. They got to protect him, and he's had turnovers. My thought is, you get sacked a few times again, you get hit, and I don't even know if Bo Nix plays. I mean, Bo Nix wasn't that good in the Denver game, the Bills game. I mean, it wasn't like he blew the lights out on everybody. You know, like people were looking, going like, "Oh man, this guy's hot." But they also didn't sack him either. The Bills did not sack him. I know that Stidham's more of a pocket quarterback, so there's not going to be a lot of running. I know that if the Patriots can shut down the running game, sort of like the Bills, they're not ball over, they'll cover. They turned the ball over three or four times, and they get sacked 5-6 times. I can see them winning. I just don't see them covering. This is a tough game. It would have been a tough game if Bo Nix had played. And 5.5 points, my guess it might have been a lot lower if Bo Nix had played. I'm going to take New England minus the 5.5. I just have not seen anything from 7 to make me think that he can take a team down and win a game for you. At least not since the last time he played any meaningful football, which was 4 years ago.
I really have nothing more to add than what Malin said. I got burned with Chicago and LA last week. And I think this is going to be similar, where it's a close game. Like if this was New England -3, I would be like all the way New England to cover.
All over New England on that.
But 5.5 is just such a strange number that I'm like, I think it will be that close. I don't know if you guys remember Avengers Endgame, the last good of Marvel movie, when Chris Evans handed the shield over to Anthony Mackie to be the new Captain America. That is Bo Nix handing the starting job to Jared Stidham, where it's like, what? No. And you're like, this could be okay at best, but it's probably going to be pretty bad. So plus 5.5 is the okay that I think is probably going to end up happening for Jared Stidham. So I'm going to take the 5.5 with Denver. But if it's 14-point game, New England, I will be perfectly happy with that. June, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with New England to cover the 5.5. I have no faith in Stidham at all. I think the New England defense is going to get after him. I think Vrabel is going to unleash the proverbial dogs onto this guy, and he's going to go after him. And guess what? He knows what this guy can do because his offensive coordinator coached the guy. So he knows exactly what Stidham's weaknesses are. So he's going to tell Vrabel, this is what defenses did against him when we played at the Raiders. Do this, we will break him. The game will be over quickly. This game is not going to even be close. This game is going to be 24-3. That's how this game is going to end.
Ooh.
New England.
Oh.
That's a bold ass prediction. It's going to be all New England. It's going to be a boring ass game. Watch.
I bet you 1 week with Sean Payton is better than a whole year with Josh McDaniels.
I don't think so.
June, I pray you are right. Oh, man.
Josh McDaniels is not a good head coach. He's a great offensive coordinator. He's a better offensive coordinator than Sean Payton.
Yeah, and he was a head coach when he had Stidham. He wasn't.
He was terrible head coach, and that's my point I'm making.
And he wasn't fucking Stidham up.
Yeah.
Something with the name McDaniel that just screams offensive coordinator.
Hey, and June, you better be careful about like letting the proverbial dogs out. That's what got Mike Vick in trouble. All right, so we need to calm down.
He didn't let the dogs out. He never mind.
All right,
Don't say it. Don't say it, June.
Let's keep it moving. Last game here, NFC Championship game. Seahawks are 2.5-point favorites at home. So with that being said, Nestor, what do you like here?
I mean, the Rams got pretty great running back with Kyler Williams. Stafford, like I said, 37. He's got a lot he's got to do to prove. I feel like last time, one of these two games that they played at, I don't remember which ones, Sam Darnold threw a lot of interceptions.
First one.
So in this game, man, give me the Seahawks. Easy. I think Sam's going to play so much better. I feel like this defense, I can't express how fun it is to watch them play. I think the Seahawks got this. This is going to, like I said, once the Seahawks win, they're going to look at the quarterback. They're going to look at the coaching like they have done every time they've disappointed a little bit. Yeah, I think it's an easy pick for me. Give me the Seahawks to win this one and go to the Super Bowl.
Eat King, get it. Like it.
G Money.
Yeah, I like the Seahawks. I swear, after that Thursday night game, I swear the Rams, they have not been the same since then. You know, next week they lost to Atlanta, and they've won in the playoffs, but we saw them against Carolina, and Carolina almost beat them. We saw them against the Bears, and the Bears almost beat them. I mean, that's not the same defense that they had prior to playing us on that Thursday night. Their defense was ferocious. And I don't know. I think psychologically we broke them, because I'm pretty sure that in the fourth quarter, when they were up by, I think, 13, they felt like that was it. The game was over. They won, and we weren't going to come back. And then when they scored in overtime, I think once again they thought they'd won, and that was Sam Darnold. And a lot of national media, or at least the national talking heads, like to say, well, Sam Darnold hasn't proven anything. I won 14 games. That was the defense. They forget that he marched them down the field in overtime, scored that touchdown, and then scored the 2 points to win the game. So and Sam Darnold, first game threw 4 picks, second game threw a pick and did a fumble, and still we won the second game, and we only lost the first game by 2 points. If you turned the ball over that many times in 2, you, as the opposing team, should have won. You should have won the first game by a lot more, considering that he threw 4 picks. And the second game, you should have won, should never gone to overtime. People say that Sean McVay has McDonald figured out. I don't think so. Because if this had been Pete Carroll coaching, it wouldn't have been that close. The Rams would have spanked us. We might not have playoffs. So give me the Seahawks minus the 2.5. Pretty sure I know they're going to cover that, and they're going to win.
Yeah, 2.5. This one's easy to me. Give me the Seahawks to cover. I think they win this by a field goal, if not a little more than that. So, third time in the matchup, they're at home. If this ends up being a blowout, I wouldn't be surprised either. But I think this will be a relatively close game. I think the Seahawks get the win by hook or by crook. So, give me the Seahawks.
Why June looking over there like he about to say some bullshit?
Yes.
I'm about to say that bullshit. I'm about to say it. I'm about to say that bullshit right now.
That's bullshit.
June, go ahead.
Fucking looking at him the last 2 picks, and I was like, this man is shitting his pants right now. He got to say some shit.
No, I'm picking. I'm taking the Rams, man. I picked them to win the Super Bowl.
You know,
I'm gonna stick with them. I'm gonna stick with them. Wow, I picked them. I literally picked them to win the Super Bowl. I'm sticking with the pick. So I'm sticking with the pick, and it has to do with I expect the more accomplished coach to be the victor here, with the more accomplished quarterback. I expect them to put their collective heads together and win this game. That's what I expect. Now, will it happen? That's another thing to be said. But I picked them from the beginning of the season, and I'm going to stick with it because they're still in the playoffs. If it was San Francisco, I'd be picking the Seahawks. But I picked this team to win the Super Bowl. I'm going to ride. Hey, we're in the ride or die, right? I'm ride or dying right now. This is it.
Now, Malin, I know that you just saw your compadre pick the Rams here, and you're very compelled to agree with his take.
And he sounds like the same people that are like, well, the Niners going into Week 18 have to be better than the Seahawks because they beat the Seahawks Week 1. Like, a lot's happened since the summer. Like, we made picks in, like, July.
No, we just made picks. No, we made picks 2 weeks ago.
Well,
and you picked them.
You also said the Bills.
I still picked them.
We're gonna meet.
But you picked
the Bills.
Yeah.
I still picked them again. Yeah.
All right, listen. Seahawks by a fucking billion. No, I'm gonna take
That's a shitload of points.
mine is 2.5. You know, like G Money was alluding to a little bit. Everyone always NFL is always a "what have you done for me lately" league. I swear to God, unless it's like Sam Darnold. Everyone wants to bring up last year in the playoffs. They want to bring up that 4 interception game. He's played clean football, and our defense is a lot better, playing so much better than the last time we played the Rams. And the Rams team as a whole is not played as well as they did leading up to that game. Like, everyone thought the Rams were going to beat us in Seattle. We're like the clear number 1 team in the NFL. No one gave us a chance. And then when the lights got the brightest, when the opportunity was there for them to seize it, man, to like have that clear path to the number 1 seed, they folded. One quarterback rose to the occasion, the other team folded. Sam Darnold did what Sam Darnold needed to do to win that football game. So, I mean, if you're talking about, what have you done for me lately, Sam Darnold's been winning ball games. In fact, I don't think we've lost a game since we lost to the Rams in the first game. So I'm riding with my Seahawks. I think it's going to be one hell of a journey. If you can get the number 1 seed, and then you got to play 2 12-win division rivals in the playoffs to even make it to the Super Bowl, I think that's fucking wild that even has to happen. But here we are. But I think they're gonna get them. I think Seattle's gonna get them. So, come on, Hawks.
All right, let's move into the locks, which I don't think any of us have hit in the last 2 weeks. If I remember correctly.
No.
It's rough out there.
We are in the trenches right now, boys. We gotta get up out of here. So, if anyone wants to volunteer to go first, if you're new to this segment, by the way, this is where we give one prop, or it can be a parlay. It can be as crazy as you want to make it. One guarantee in the world of sports betting this weekend. I will say NBA is open game now that we're into NBA picks. So if you have an NBA pick, feel free to throw that in. But who would like to go first?
I got a crazy one to start.
All right.
Just because on a fun one. All right. The 7-bit bet parlay, I think.
Holy shit.
Can it? Yeah, I know. K9 will get you anytime touchdown. Over 47.5 with the Rams and Seahawks. Seahawks win. Stidham interception. Diggs touchdown and then the Patriots win, and also that game stays under 42.5. $25 will get you $1,000.
Damn.
That hits.
What was the under on the New England game?
Under 42.5.
42.5. Okay. I think that's 2 weeks in a row you taking the under in the New England game.
Yeah.
All
Eventually, it has,
Are you ready? You ready for this one, Jalen?
All right, coming in hot. Go ahead.
All right, so this is a 5-bet parlay. I have not hit on these yet, but see what happens. First of all, I'm staying away from Sam Darnold and anything. Staying away from that. But if you bet the 2.5 for the Seahawks to win, if you bet over 79.5 yards of Smith and Jigma receiving yards, 99.5 yards Kenneth Walker rushing, Kenneth Walker overtime anytime touchdown, AJ Barner anytime touchdown, $10 bet can win you $168.
What was the over for JSN's yards?
79.5. So he's got to get 80 yards.
Gotcha.
100 yards for Walker, 80 yards to Smith and Jigma. Anytime touchdown for Kenneth Walker, AJ Barner, and the Seahawks win. Locked it in. Cha-ching.
All right. I will go next if G-Money or June don't want to yet. I actually
Go ahead.
I've got an NBA lock for you guys that's going to pan out over the course of the next couple days here. So I have got, it's a double-double parlay, just 3 players to record double-doubles. Very simple. I've been using this for the past few months. It's been pretty damn good to win a little bit of money throughout the course of every couple days here. But I am taking, it's 4 players, not 3. I am taking on Friday. Friday, I'm taking Giannis to record a double-double against the Nuggets. Saturday, I am taking Luka to record a double-double against the Mavs in the game that we picked earlier. Same night, I'm also taking Karl Anthony Towns to record a double-double against the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, on that's Friday, Alfred Şengün to record a double-double against the Pistons, the game that we picked earlier on the show. So between Friday and Saturday, Giannis to record a double-double, Şengün, Luka, and Cat.
Okay.
I like
nice little come up there.
Yeah. I'm taking I'm gonna go. I got a couple that I like. I was going through this all day long because it was so tough. I want some long shots, but then I want some that kind of, if I get that long shot win, then I need the other 2 to be guaranteed. You know what I mean? So I'm taking Kyrie Williams anytime touchdown. I'm taking Hunter Henry with the anytime touchdown. And I'm also taking Puka Nacua with the anytime touchdown. That's it. And a $10 bet. And a $10 bet will get you, if you're interested, $475.
Oh, there you go.
Damn. Damn.
Really, just from those 3 players. Interesting.
Yep. That's on BetMGM, by the way.
What is it again?
Puka,
It's
Dub, and Hunter Henry.
Yep.
What? Touchdown?
Yep.
You just keep being mean, dude. Puka, anytime touchdown?
What?
Oh.
I mean, see, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just doing one, and it's the Puka anytime touchdown. I figure he'll get a touchdown. I mean, just looking at the way he's played and everything, he'll probably get a touchdown. Though, last 4 weeks, my prop bets have all shit. So, people I thought were gonna score didn't. People that normally score didn't. I'm like, all right, well, So maybe this will just be another one of those they didn't score.
I think I like that lock a lot because seeing that Stafford didn't throw any touchdowns last week, you would think that his number 1 receiver would score this week. Because if he doesn't, you're a happy man either way. Because I think they're getting blown out if Puka doesn't score. So
You want to hear one more interesting stat about the Seahawks, Jalen? 7 out of the last 8 teams to eliminate the 49ers in the playoffs or Super Bowl have won the Super Bowl.
Huh. That is a fun
fact. The only time that haven't happened in the last 8 times was when the Niners were in the playoffs in 2014. The Seattle went to the Super Bowl that year. Someone beat them. I think Green Bay beat them. I don't know.
Huh.
But yeah, 7 out of the last times, the team that eliminates the Niners, when they've been in the playoffs, they win the Super Bowl. Take that, June.
Okay.
Right, let me repeat back everyone's order here. So we're all taking the Timberwolves to win tomorrow. Friday, myself and June are taking the Rockets to win. The rest of you guys have got the Pistons. All taking the Lakers against the Mavs on Saturday. AFC Championship. Myself and Malin are taking the Broncos. The rest of you guys are taking New England to cover. And then NFC Championship, we're all taking the Seahawks to cover besides June. He's got the Rams and the points. And then our locks, Nestor has got Kenneth Walker to score. Seahawks going over 47.5 against the Rams. Seahawks to win. Stidham throwing an interception. Diggs to score. Patriots to win. And Patriots under 42.5 against the Broncos.
Good Lord.
If that hit, you better have that bet made, Nestor. You better make the bet because if
that hits and I don't fucking
if it hits and you didn't put the money down on that,
oh man,
that's worth floating 25 out there to see if.
That's Nestor's algorithm. Malin's is Seahawks to cover the 2.5 points. Kenneth Walker to score. Kenneth Walker over 99.5 rushing yards. Barner to score. And JSN over 79.5 reception yards. June has got K-Dub to score, Hunter Henry to score, and Puka to score. I have got a double-double ladder here. Şengün, Luka, Cat, and Giannis to record double-doubles on Friday and Saturday. And then G-Money has a simple Puka to score. All right. That is going to do it. Just a little reminder. The only four of us still have our Super Bowl picks alive. G-Money's got the Broncos and Seahawks. Nestor, myself, Malin have Patriots, Seahawks in the Super Bowl. So June and Monty both have lost their spots here, but the other 4 of us are still alive.
Still got one team left. I still got one team left.
Now. Won't after Sunday.
Just putting it out there.
So we'll be back on Sunday night once we know who will be in the Super Bowl. So be sure to join us probably around 10-ish on the live stream. So if you want the recap for both the
It's going
championship
to be an
games.
emotional ass episode.
It is. It's gonna be full of emotion.
God.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm going to be
Yeah,
drunk.
yeah.
But I don't know if I'm going to be angry drunk, sad drunk, or happy drunk. But I'm going to be drunk.
Well, because of the snowstorm that was up here, I wasn't going to be here because we was going to be at a winery all day. And I was going to miss most of the game.
Dude, you
I
got to
probably
stand
would.
up for yourself, man. Like, I know you've been married a long time, but this is the championship weekend. Like,
I know.
what the hell?
I was going to be at a winery.
But now you are going to be home, is what you're saying.
Yeah, now I'm going to be home because of the snowstorm that's
I
coming
mean,
up
it's
here.
going to be
So.
frozen in the winery, so.
God bless Mother Nature.
God said, fuck them grapes. June, you watch some football.
So we'll see you back
Lord.
here Sunday night. Everyone have a good weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Sunday.
Peace.